The Bert Show.
All right, so we checked in with Kristin a couple of minutes ago. We told you guys about the history of her relationship with this 20-year-old kid from One Direction.
We're using the word relationship very loosely here.
It was a flirtatious text exchange the last time they were in town, and Kristin and he communicated with each other for a while. Then she came clean to him and said, look, I got a boyfriend. I've been detailing everything on the radio. He was kind of hurt by it. They met up over the weekend for another interview. He seemed excited to see her again. And Jeff was just telling us that everybody was leaving and there was a little one-on-one going on between Niall and Kristin.
I'd say we were probably in the hallway for a good 15, maybe 20 minutes. Just hanging out, talking.
What was the body language there? Was it like a high school senior on a freshman, like his arm over her while she's... I would back against the wall.
I'm intrigued to hear Jeff Dollar's perspective.
I would actually say that Kristin was playing the role of the hottest girl in school, and Niall was playing the role of the guy who wants her to go to prom with him.
Really?
That's so funny.
Now, it is quite interesting to me as we get more details here that we've got to keep in mind that Kristin, on her birthday today, is how old?
34.
34 years old. How she is smitten with the 20-year-old Niall.
19.
19 even. Being attracted to her, flirting. She is so
You're definitely into it.
Definitely excited by it.
I am not going to sit here and lie. The idea that a 19-year-old would find me attractive, especially when the dude's a pop star. I mean, let's be honest. Like, especially when you're at their concert and you see sold out.
All the 14-year-olds.
All the 14-year-olds.
Whose ass you could kick or ground.
Oh, I have a story about that, too. But when you see just all these girls, they like literally in tears over these boys on stage. By the way.
And you totally could have made out with one in the hallway after the interview.
It really has everything to do with celebrity, because if it was a freshman in college, you certainly would be laughing about it.
Yeah, probably.
Right?
Now, you have to understand, Bert. So here's what happened. This is what I started to say before so the interview wraps up and everybody kind of scatters. And that thing to the One Direction team, that's a machine, right? Like they got it all. So every guy in the band has his own security dude.
They have their own personal bodyguard.
They have their own personals. So that's 10 people right there. Then there's managers and media people and blah, blah, blah. And so it's a crowded group that kind of gathers in the hall, and we take some couple pictures, and then they all dissipate. And like I said, Tommy and a lot of the other people, they were starting to pack up the things. I was doing the schmoozy thing with Rob Roberts from our station and also the manager. And like I said, I was helping the manager with something locally. And all of a sudden, I noticed down the hall are Kristin and Niall in a one-on-one conversation. I do hear him say the words, "Oh yeah, I totally remember that. I totally remember your radio thing." Like he's definitely acknowledging it. So now,
well, he was wicked funny about how he.
Yeah, how did he bring it up initially?
We were sitting in the hallway, and it still had not been addressed. It had not been talked about yet, what had happened. And I don't even remember what we were talking about, but I remember asking this question. And I was like, so just between you and me, tell me the biggest a-hole in the industry as far as music person he had met. And he looks at me and he goes, I think you and I both know nothing stays between you and I. And it was just, he was so quick-witted about that, and I couldn't help but start dying laughing. And we had a good laugh about it.
Nice work, Niall.
Yeah. I mean,
he's way ahead of his time.
Yeah.
He really, honestly, they're rather mature for their age. You kind of have to be to do it.
So Kristin's not lying. For 10 minutes, her and Niall are having this one-on-one.
Laughy.
The body language is definitely flirting. I'm trying to, like I said, I was trying to help this woman who travels with him, like their manager or something. So I'm trying to act busy and say things to her just so I can be in the vicinity. And I sent some tweets out about it, whatever. But then at the end of the whole thing, it's time to go. We've all been waiting there uncomfortably. It's 50, and we were waiting for someone to escort us out of the arena. So finally, I say, hey, you know what? I don't need somebody to walk me out. I know I've been down here enough. I know where I'm going, and I know most of these security dudes. So I'm going to roll out if anybody wants to go with me.
And Niall says, you're not staying for the show?
And I go, no, man, I'm meeting some people. so I got to head out. But listen, have a great show. You've been so cool. It's nice. He's the only band member in the hall right now with the rest of us. So then I pass around hugs and high fives to everybody.
He couldn't leave
else.
if he wanted to because he's got the Niall magnet. The gravity is
the
pulling
Kristin magnet.
Back.
You mean the moon of
pulling
Kristin?
Him back.
Oh,
So
silly.
So then,
Oh, you guys are silly. You're right.
so then I turn to Kristin, and this is what I see happen. I turn to Kristin and I say, "Do you want to walk out with me, or what are you doing?"
And I said I was going to walk out with you.
And Niall says, "Oh no, you're not." To give me an Irish accent. Please.
Oh, no, you're not.
Oh no, you're not.
Oh, no, you're not.
You're not going to be a P word like him, but he really used the word.
Yeah.
And go home and watch TV. You're going to stay here with me. And then Kristin says, "But I don't have a ticket, Niall."
I didn't have a ticket to this. It's a sold-out show. I didn't have a ticket.
To which Niall says, "Hey, Lisa." That's what accent was
Linda.
that?
I don't know.
Hey, Lisa, whatever. The manager, I'm done with the accent. But his manager, who runs One Direction worldwide, whatever, he turns to her and goes, "Hey, Lisa, can we find my friend Kristin a ticket so she can be my guest at the show tonight?" And Lisa goes,
Look at Kristen's face.
and
right now.
Kristin
She's
goes,
so flattered.
Kristin goes,
It's like, I can't believe it happened. It's just like in another world.
So flattered.
and Kristin goes, "Yeah, of course, Niall. Anything for a guest of yours." At which point, I have already committed myself to leaving, so I've got to get away from the show. So Cassie and Tommy and we all walk out, and as soon as we're out of earshot, all three of us are like, "What the F is happening back
Kristin,
there?"
you need to start talking. He's telling way too much of this story, and this happened to
I'm
you.
enjoying
Okay,
hearing
so
it from
I want to know about the conversation with you and he. Then now we got to know what happened after the show, because you stayed for the show too, right?
Well, I left.
You didn't stay
No.
for the show
I left. But I came back.
after the show?
No. Right when the show started. Okay. Stop.
Yeah.
We're in the hallway. The conversation we have, it's very superficial. Like, I mean, it's just, and then we had that one moment acknowledging that something had happened, and I apologized, and he kind of rolled his eyes or whatever. But you could tell we were done. We had moved past. And now I'm just talking to him, and he's a nice guy. Like, we're just sitting there, and I'm sitting here.
The body language is so flirty.
But was it flirty? Yes, I will admit it was flirty. But I'm just sitting here, and I'm taking all of this in, and I'm like, this is just so surreal. Like, this is just so. And then the story that Jeff just told, and you're put on the spot. And, of course, you all know me. I have a very hard time saying no. And as soon as I got offered, I mean, in what world would a girl turn down an opportunity to get invited to the show by the person who's performing the show? Like, you just don't say no. So
When
I
that
said
person
yes.
is 35 and has a boyfriend of 7
no,
years.
No. I don't care. If Justin Bieber would
I don't care about my boyfriend. No. I don't care about my boyfriend.
No. That's not true. Don't say that, because the people, I'll get all kinds of hate tweets and mean tweets that I'm disrespecting Bart.
Oh,
being
you're
rude
going to get
Bart.
those anyway.
Probably
That's for sure gonna
anyway.
happen,
But this is.
Yeah,
and Niall knows I have a boyfriend. Okay, like none of this is being remotely hidden.
And 19-year-olds are really pretty cool about respecting that kind of thing.
Hey, Lisa, can I get a ticket for my friend, but not one for her boyfriend?
So, God, you made me lose where I was. So he asked me if I want to stay, and I'm not going to be rude and say no. And I say yes.
Like I did?
Yes. And I say yes. And so, sure enough, I walk up to the box office with the record rep, and I get my backstage pass that has Niall's name written on it because I'm Niall's guest. And I'm sitting here looking at it, and I'm like, I can't stay. I have 3 girlfriends in from out of town for my birthday weekend. They came from states away. And I'm like, I can't sit here and stay at a concert while they're sitting at my house. Like,
How many passes do you need? That's probably what he would have said.
So I went ahead and like directioners are just probably cringing. I look at the pass and I hand it back. Actually, I wanted to keep it, but he made me hand it back. And I'm like, I'm so sorry, but sisters before misters. I can't ditch my girlfriends. They came in from out of town just to see me. Here you go. Thanks so much. I'm going to go ahead and head out. So I leave. I'm walking out of the arena, and I leave, and I go home. But turns out that they were able to secure not 1 but 4 passes. And I got talked into coming back to the arena. So we went
Who
back.
talked you into coming back?
I got talked to coming back into the arena.
Did Niall himself call you?
No.
Who talked you into coming back? Why are you being coy about that?
He asked if I would come back and see the show.
Who
so I
did?
said I would. Niall did.
So Niall talked you into coming back to the show.
So yes, he was.
So did he call you after you left?
No.
Did he text you?
So I went back. Yes, he texted
Why
and I
are
went
you?
back.
Why are you yada yada yadaing this part of the story?
I'm not. You just asked me, and I said, yeah, he texted, so I went back to the show.
She's being elusive, right? A little bit.
A little bit. So there's a text exchange with him telling you, look, I'll get you more passes.
Yeah.
See, and for those of you that have been ripping on millennials saying, look, they don't have a work ethic and they don't work hard, I think you're wrong here. I think we see how hard Niall has been working here.
I was in the hall with him, Bert. He was a millennial working hard.
No, because I made a promise to him that I'm not going to disclose any of the details of the text messages.
Oh, so it's sisters before misters, but it's One Direction before the Bert Show. Is that what I'm hearing here?
It's sisters before misters, but Niall flirting before radio.
He asked, he goes, okay, you have to promise that. And I promised him I'm not going to disclose. Because last time I read the text on the air. I'm not doing that.
Okay, so you texted him and said, I can't stay because I have girlfriends in town. He said, I'll get 4 more passes for you. Leave them at the box office.
So we went back down through the backstage door. Walk in, security, his bodyguard gives us the passes.
How excited were your girlfriends when you said, you guys, guess what we're doing tonight?
Well,
we're going backstage and hanging out with One Direction.
Came back.
And these are all women in their 30s, right?
Yes. And one's pregnant. So... and she's visibly showing. So this is awesome. We're at the back door with security, and there's all 4 of us. And when I went home, I was like joking. I'm like, girls, just so you know, I turned down backstage passes to One Direction so I could hang out with you.
Oh, hold on a second. Did I forget to do the?
Yeah, you did.
Hold on a second. Hold on.
Sorry.
Hold on.
The Bert Show is not above bribing you to listen. Sign up at thebertshow.com.
Sorry about that. All right, here's who we're looking for today. Right now, it is Jennifer Hardesty, it is Anna Williams, and Robin Boteller. Anna Williams, Jennifer Hardesty. We are looking for you 3. First to call us back at 1-855-BERT Show gets $1,000. All right, keep going.
So now we're in the backstage, and they made a request that we go by the mixing board, the sound board that's there, kind of like on the floor, but about halfway up in the middle of the arena. And so all 4 of us walk over there. We're there with just like the tour manager and the record label, and Rob from here at the station. And it was like we're walking in, and when you're walking from backstage, and you walk past all these people, and you go to the soundboard mixing board
with the credentials around your neck that have Liam's name on them.
No.
Or Niall, sorry.
It's like your family. It's like you're being treated like family. This is amazing.
It was such
or his girlfriend.
An incredible experience. And my girlfriend's just like, as we're walking through the backstage of the arena, and you're getting escorted by this massive bodyguard, and you're going to the sound mixing board, and I'm looking around at all these screaming girls, and I'm like, this is my life right now. Like, where am I, and what is going on? This is so freaking cool.
They're like, oh, that's so cool that he hooks up his aunt like that.
Oh, wait. Oh, you have no idea.
No, what?
You have no idea.
That
happened after the concert.
Are you Niall's mom?
Keep going.
So we sit there, and I'm not kidding you, no joke. They put on a hell of a show. I'm talking, they don't have like the cheesy boy band choreographed dances. Like, they're just like bros hanging out on stage having a good time, and their fun is infectious, and they're really good singers. Like, it was an awesome show, and the squeals from the girls. And then at one point, so the front of the stage is like, it's a little ways away, but they lift up a portion of the stage and they fly over top the audience. And then they come to a stage that's right in the middle. And literally, you to me, that's where he is.
Like 3 feet.
Pretty much.
3 feet.
3 feet on stage.
Singing
while
to
he's
you?
performing.
Yes.
Is he singing to you?
He asked if I was having a good time, and I said, yeah.
What? Right in the middle of the song.
the show.
He says, are you having a good song? Did he put the mic in front of you?
No,
Okay.
nothing like that. But he asked if I was having a good time.
What the hell? You're kidding me. In front of 20,000 people.
It was so bizarre. And Brittany's just laughing. Then my pregnant friend Michelle, she's taking it all
So
in.
let me get this straight. Within 48 hours, you grab Joey McIntyre.
Jordan Knight.
Yes.
Yes.
In mid-song
Yes.
and kiss him on the cheek.
Yes.
24 hours later, Niall from One Direction is singing to you in front of 20,000 screaming girls.
I cannot lie. My life does not suck. It was an incredible birthday weekend. Memories that will last a lifetime.
Hold on.
What?
Did you go backstage after the show?
Literally, as soon as the show was done, they rushed them off the stage, put them on a bus, and they were on a bus to Raleigh, North Carolina. So there was no seeing them after the show.
So
However,
the last interaction you had with him was while he was speaking to you from the stage.
Yes.
There's been no text interaction since then.
Maybe a couple. But but he after the show, I'm sitting there and a girl comes up to me and she was like, mid-teens, and she goes, "Hey, I think Harry has something for you." And I'm like, "What?" She goes, "Harry was looking at you from the stage. He has a thing for older women."
Oh.
She goes, "Did you bring your daughter to the show?"
That's God's way of humbling you. It was too good at 24 hours.
Yeah, I was like,
That's awesome.
"No, but thanks for that. You have a good night and hope you don't stay too far past curfew."
The Bert Show.